Hey guys, Brad here from Save the Mark IV. It's engine time. So we're going to pull the engine out and the trans, look everything over, take the trans off, check the clutch, the flywheel, do the rear main seal, and we're going to do water pump and timing belt and kind of the big service stuff. Since I don't know the service history of this car, might as well just do it. We're going to have everything out just to put a little insurance into that. So that's the plan. Stay tuned. Okay. All right, do it. All right, stop. Hold on. All right. Okay. All right, buddy. Okay. Okay, go. Okay. All right, so I was over here messing with the car a little bit, and I was looking at this PCV breather line, and I was like, where does it go? Let me see. Oh, it goes nowhere. So there's that. So here it is, the 189,000 mile 1.8T. I did a compression test on this thing, which I'll put in this video. And 3 of the cylinders are 150 PSI and one was like, I think 143. So as far as I know, that's good and healthy. Working down the intake side of the engine, nothing crazy to report. Shit, tons of dirt, grime. Be easy cleanup with some degreaser. We're going to delete the secondary air injection, so all this is going to go away. This just broke right off because it's dry and cracked. Tons of oil spilled out of this thing last night while it was sitting on the tire, and the engine was leaning kind of this way on the intake side, so I have to assume it came out of somewhere in the oil cooler, but I mean, there's not really any residue there, so I don't know. I'll investigate. Nothing crazy. All the hoses, all the lines, the vacuum lines look fine, not cracked, not old and brittle. I'd say the only thing I notice is all around the valve cover. Around that gasket is a lot of, looks like oily residue. So that gasket's probably seen better days. The good news is we're already gonna replace it. Now the rear main seal back here, you can't see that well. It really doesn't look like it's leaking like I thought it was. I think that it was probably the oil pan. It has been removed before, so you know, who knows, maybe the RTV wasn't that good, or it's been a while. So it's been off before, but I think that's where it was leaking from, and not the rear main seal, but we're gonna do the rear main seal anyway, so whatever. And then working up the exhaust side of the engine, KO3. I was hoping it was a KO4 or something special, but no, KO3. And this thing is pretty funny. It's small, and you 18T guys know I've not pulled one of these out, but I mean, there's my hand. Just a little guy, but it does the job. Last, the accessory side. The belt looks good. Looks kind of relatively new. Just a little bit of cleanup here. Good to go. I'm pretty happy with that. It's gonna be a fun job to tear this thing apart. Like I said, first 18T I've ever worked on, so I'm looking forward to kind of digging in and learning more about it. Working our way into the engine bay. Here's your rat's nest of wiring harness, some grimy frame rails, easy cleanup. Now the downpipe looks good. The flange to the turbo had 3 studs. 1 stud was missing, and there was a bolt through the missing stud, which was through here. So obviously that's either been off several times or the hardware had fallen out and they replaced it with something else. And then coming around, one thing I noticed, the C-notch for the clearance for the drive shaft when you air out, not been welded on this side. So that's a good little spot for rust. We're gonna weld that up. We'll seal it up along with the holes in the shock tower here. So there's 6, 3 of them are for the Airlift Performance camber plates. The other 3 were for a strut tower that no longer is with this car. So we're gonna weld them up, make it look nice and clean. Moving to the trans, the O2M, just looks really grimy. Does have a new speed shift tower on it. The shifter, when I was driving it, was a little sloppy and vague. So I don't know if it needs to be adjusted. I don't know if there are bushings that need to be changed. I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit. I'm not familiar with this new speed setup. The throwout bearing here, you guys tell me. I don't know how to tell if it's good or bad from here. I've only replaced them when I've done a clutch. And we're gonna see the clutch in a second. It looks fine. So what should I do? Should I just do it? Replace it because I'm here? Probably, but can I get by with just this? Let me know in the comments. And then last, the pressure plate, the flywheel, the clutch. I think everything looks good here. Also, you tell me if I'm missing something, but looks like plenty of material on the clutch, right? The rivets aren't to the surface yet, so pretty sure we're good to go here. I'm not sure on these little like hot spots if that really makes any difference. I'm not super familiar with what specifically to look for on the pressure plate and the flywheel. So all in all, the suspension had me really scared, but I'm pretty happy with how this is looking right now. So next step, I have a gigantic list of parts we have to order, and then we'll start cleaning up and putting this thing back together. Got some stuff done today. Pulled this thing out and degreased it, sprayed it down, cleaned up the engine bay, got it all acceptable for now. But man, did a lot of crud come off. Also sprayed, degreased, power washed the wheel wells. So in the back, same deal, nice and clean. All right, guys, that's it for all things engine and engine bay related. So I think the next thing now is we need to place an order for all the parts that we need to service the car, all the suspension, the brakes, the engine parts. So while we wait for all of that to arrive, I think we're going to dig into the interior, which will mean pulling the seats out, cleaning the carpets, addressing the seats, doing that new foam seat bottom for the driver's side that we ordered, doing the sagging door card fabric. We're going to pull everything out of the hatch. There is a false floor in there with a subwoofer. All the air suspension components are behind there and under the floor, so we will address all of that. And then the last thing will be all of the soft touch needs to be dealt with. So we're going to do a DIY with the soft touch, cleaning it all up, and either respraying it in some sort of a soft touch look or maybe just leaving it bare plastic. So that's the plan. And once again, I really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. I'm starting to get excited for this now, seeing the car getting cleaned up and seeing everybody's excitement for it. So thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one.